XRP has the power to beat the whole SWIFT system and become the world's messaging, communication, and transaction system. If we want to become the SWIFT system and take over, we're going to speak about all the things to look forward to in terms of price action and forecasts until 2030 in today's video. On July 24th, 2025, how high may 1000 XRP go in the base scenario and the bull case? Now, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm just trying to let you folks know what I'm up to. If you're new here, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and think about subscribing to the channel. First and foremost, we need to set certain time steps that we can look back on over the following 5 years. Don't forget what this video is being filmed for. XRP is around $3.14 right now. Bitcoin is worth $117,000, while Ethereum is worth $3,689. I love these kinds of timestamps that will be on YouTube for many years to come. I have big hopes for XRP over the next 5 years. I think it's still very undervalued at $3.14 and might even go up the fast system, which is the biggest competitor, and maybe CBDCs as well. But we do know that there is an anti-CBDC act that will bar any form of centralized banking digital currencies from being created in the United States, at least while Trump is in office. XRP is worth $3.14 and $3.13. It's been going up and down a little bit during today's video. So when you look at all the arithmetic I put in the spreadsheet, just remember that. But let's talk about it with GPT. So I asked, what is the value of my screen if I make it a little smaller so you can see everything? I asked ChatGPT what the value of the Swiss system of the world is. The Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, or the Swiss system, is a global communications network that banks and other financial institutions use to securely send information and orders about financial transactions. SWIFT is not a for-profit business or a publicly traded company, so it doesn't have a normal market value. All we know is that they made roughly $1.4 billion in 2023. The annual net profit was between $50 million and $70 million. Of course, SWIFT is not run to make the most money or to cover costs. Whole assets are worth roughly $2 billion. And here are some made-up estimates of what it could be worth based on EBITDA and various revenue multiples. We may say that the global SWIFT system is worth between $7 billion and $14 billion. This is where things start to become really interesting. If you look at strategic values, this was the hypothetical valuation. Strategic valuation 7 to 14 billion. ChatGPT then asked me if I wanted to break down the comparison between SWIFT and possible fintech competitors, or blockchain-based alternatives like Ripple or CBDCs. So the AI language is the same as the learning language models that are available right now. People already making guesses about how much SWIFT is worth. You should look at what its direct competitors are doing, like Ripple with its XRP and Ripple Labs and CBDCs. Then I asked what the value of XRP would be based on the blockchain technology business multiplier. We know we can use things like EBITDA and other technological multipliers. But I wanted to know what it would be for blockchain tech, since it took over the whole SWIFT system in terms of per coin. So guys, remember, you're in here. You might be wondering what this person is talking about. The numbers I came up with are all based on important things that will happen in the next 5 years. We think that the whole financial system will sort of rebuild itself. We expect that people will be able to bank with Bank of America now that they have started talking to Ripple or XRP Labs about XRP coin. And we're seeing other centralized banks in South America, like Brazil, and even in the Eastern Hemisphere. When we think about Asia, if you're looking at China, we're already seeing talks and discussions about how we can truly see the shift of blockchain. Technology from centralized to more decentralized levels. This is when things start to get interesting. Ripple XRP. If we want to completely replace the SWIFT system, the theoretical value of each coin could go up a lot. This is perhaps the best case we can make for XRP. There are a lot of assumptions that go into this kind of supposition. Let's make an organized database for SWIFT, or, database estimate based on SWIFT's financial scope. The value of the transactions it handles, the amount of XRP in circulation, and other crypto valuation measures. Let's keep going. If we look at the SWIFT scope from this angle, the total number of transactions is around $5 trillion per day, or $1.25 quadrillion per year. Let's say XRP gets all of this flow, which is quite unlikely. Based on the entire supply of XRP, which is 55 billion tokens, we know that $55 billion is in circulation. Of course, we use $55 billion for valuation purposes, since that's not the totally diluted value. It's the amount of money that people can trade. The money formula is next. This is where things become very crazy. The value of XRP is $1.25 quadrillion US dollars. Many of you can't even imagine what that number is. Most markets can't even respond to that number, especially in a sector that is traded on the stock market. No one has ever seen it. But once more, the best case for XRP is that if it took over the whole SWIFT market, each XRP currency might be worth $11,364. It sounds crazy, but it's on the table. So that's going to be our main bull argument. Scenario B. XRP is utilized more often or from a monthly point of view or more. That's a market of $1.25 quadrillion, right? Of course, this is a market that will never cease and will keep increasing in the future. 55 billion times 10. It's $2,273. $2,273 for each XRP. Then, scenario C has a multiplier of 50. 50 times 55 billion. $455 for each XRP, so ... This is the end in today's video. I want to speak about the 3 main reasons why XRP is a good investment. So, now that that's out of the way, what you clicked on the video for was, well, Ahmed, your pop. If you're talking about XRP, that means that if I bought 1,000 XRP today for $3.13 each, I would have bought 1,000 XRP with the $3,130 you invested into XRP. That's what you have right now, the base case by 2030, which is the lowest of the 3 we saw in the AI model's responses. It's going to be if we can just capture again with a 50x multiplier. We're talking about $455 per coin if people use them a lot every week, and there are a lot of high turnover settlement tokens. So, with that in mind, it's a 455x multiplier that will turn your $3,130 investment into $455 in July 2030, 5 years from now. You will have made $455,000 on your investment. That assumes a very fast and flawless system, but it also assumes the worst-case scenario if we take over that financial structure. The bull case for 2030. This is where things get really interesting. And maybe a little out there, but I don't want to place any limits.